Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you guys what we're doing as far as trying to get our greenhouse going here. So it's going to be really cold today, 30 degrees, it already feels like it. So this is going to be a short one. So one of the most important things that I need as a farmer is to have a greenhouse. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to buy my stuff from somebody else who's growing it in a greenhouse. And for me, it's just much more easier, just convenient to be able to plant my own seeds and get everything going, and save some money also. But one of those things is you got to get everything started up. So there's a lot of startup costs on that. So one of those things obviously is a greenhouse. And but I figured, I looked at different methods on greenhouse, and it seems like everybody out here pretty much primarily uses the hoop house style. So, alright, so let's go take a look and I'll show you what we're doing. Our future greenhouse, and it is a 24 wide by 56 long hoop house structure. And what I'm doing right now, and by the way, I mean, you can get these kind of frames pretty much almost anywhere. This one I got for a really good deal on Craigslist. A lady I knew, she was putting it on Craigslist, and she had it set up, but she didn't do anything with it as far as setting up the plastic. So I figured, it'd be a good opportunity for me to get this at a really good price. And so I think I only paid like $600 for this thing, so which is a really good deal. And now what I did, and if you ever in a situation where you could see a good item for a good price, such as a high tunnel or hoop house, look at the structure. And that's one of the things that I did first. And I was like, well, this kind of structure is, the way they put it in was kind of iffy, but I was, lucky enough to just say, well, it's good enough for now. But pulling these things out of the ground is not easy, because those things go down, I think, about 2 feet, which is hard to pull out, especially, when it's a dry day. So if there's one thing I can recommend to you guys, is pull these things out after it rains. The biggest advantage of pulling it out after it rains is that the ground is a lot more softer. You can move the stake around, the pole around a lot more easier. See, these pipes connect from here, right? And that goes down and then connects, where's my finger? Right there, okay? Now, if you would just pull all this out and then pull it from here out of the ground, it would have been a lot harder for me. But what I did was I pulled this top area first. I did it, one at a time, and then I left up to here. Okay, I left that all one piece. That allowed me to basically move this thing back and forth, getting it, loose down below, so I can basically make it easier for me to just pull it right up. And I swear, that thing was so easy to pull up. I mean, I think for each one, only took me about, I don't know, maybe 15 seconds. So, if that's one good advice I can give you guys, that would be the one right there. But anyway, getting back to what I'm doing here. So, I'm going to be using plastic, double layer plastic, 6 mil over this entire thing. So there'll be 2 layers with a fan blown in between it. So right now we're just at the beginning phases of this. One of the things I really wanted to make sure I had was water coming in here, and so this is my hydrant that I installed. And now if I expect to have water in here when it's freezing like today, below freezing, that has to be 3 feet in the ground. Okay, so 3 feet in the ground. This is my box right here, which is also 3 feet in the ground. It's probably sits above ground, and so it's actually like 3.5 feet. and this is the pipe that actually goes to my main water line, which is the well. And now when I first started to dig this in, I wasn't thinking in terms of letting it be freezer proof, so that is not 3 feet deep. You know, it's probably hard for you guys to tell, but yeah, that's only maybe a foot and a half, probably more like a foot. That's not deep enough, so I'm gonna have to pull that back out and then re-dig it back in to get 3 feet. That way I know for sure I'm getting, you know, that thing protected from the frost. Now this box is actually going to have some splitters in there, which is going to be providing irrigation to a future high tunnel that I'm going to be putting on the far side of this greenhouse there, and along with providing water to that hydrant. And we're going to have a couple other connections on there as well for future projects. But yeah, one of the things that we need to make sure that we have in here is water, because when all the tables are set up, now this is all going to be covered up with this weed cloth right here, and this is I think the rolls were like 6 by 300 feet, and I wanted to just basically get this area covered up primarily, obviously, because you know, once we got the pipes put in and we cut the holes in, and then we had it all folded right first, from like one side was folded over to on top of the other, and then we just basically made a U, kind of like a half moon cut, right? And then that basically just went over top, okay, because it made a circle, went over top of this. At the time this wasn't on, so when I installed this, I put this in the ground first, and hammered it in. This is connection, I forget what it's called, that goes inside and has a flat piece, and you hammer it in. And so yep, that's where we are now. So I still gotta get the the weed cloth down, and the next step would be to put the front and back structure walls basically with wood, and I'm gonna have a door in the back and a door in the front. Man, it is cold out here. Didn't want to do this in the middle of the winter, but considering time, you know, everything is just like a lot of projects going on between getting things in the ground in terms of the berries, the raised bed, putting together, building all the raised beds themselves, getting the irrigation going in terms of burying all the poly tubing. It's just a lot of different projects, you know, building a chicken house, you know, all these different things. And so I was trying to do this on a warm day, but it's not going to happen. If I'm going to have a greenhouse, hopefully by the end of February, because I really have to have things growing by then. So keep my fingers crossed. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it. I'll give you guys a follow-up later on how this is going. And I got to show you my new raised bed area, which I'm pretty excited about that. So stay tuned, guys, and I'll see you soon.